Welcome students. Today we shall study the quality factor. What is the quality factor? The definition of quality factor is energy stored in a particular mode divided by energy lost per unit time. That is, it characterizes the energy dissipation in a resonant system. It compares the time constant of decay of energy to the oscillation period of the system. Now, smaller the loss, slower will be the decay rate. In closed optical cavities, of course, the Q is large because the dissipation or loss of energy is small. It is even smaller in cavities which are made of conducting walls. If the cavity is filled with free space and there are low or no losses, then the quality factor is high. Ideally it is infinite, so we shall get a peak at that point. We have studied quality factor in electrical LCR AC circuits, so by analogy we can easily understand it. Now we have seen that if the cavity is filled with free space and no losses are there, but cavity has to be filled with some active medium, so naturally the losses are there in a laser. So practically the quality factor cannot be infinite. Open cavities are lossy even if the mirrors are lossless because the energy escapes. In both closed cavities and open cavities, we see diffraction losses are always there. Secondly, one thing is also there, the mirrors are not 100% reflecting. So the finite reflectivity of the mirrors limits the infinite Q to some finite value. So we see that principally there may be three factors responsible for a finite quality factor. One is the finite reflectivity of the mirrors, the loss caused by medium, that is diffraction losses, etc., and uh, whether the cavity is open or not. If the cavity is closed, we may say perfectly closed, then Q is high. Omega naught here is the oscillation frequency of mode. We may write energy stored in a mode as Wp and energy lost per unit time, that means the rate of dissipation, is minus dw by dt. Energy in the mode at time t is Wt and dw by dt can be written as minus omega naught Wt by q. from this equation, transforming this to LHS on cross multiplication, we get this equation, and it is easy to show that the energy at time t is equal to the energy at time t is equals to 0 e raised to minus w0 by q into t. T is the time. So if we write it in a convenient form and compare it, w naught, w is equals to w naught e raised to minus t by tc, we get the cavity lifetime, time in which the energy in the mode decreases by a factor of e raised to minus 1 or 1 by e. The electric field associated with this mode may be written as E capital E is equals to E naught e raised to iota omega 0 t as the time elapses e raised to minus t by 2 tc. Now why we have written this? Because it is just the amplitude, and energy or the intensity is the square of this thing. So simply we can write E naught e raised to iota omega 0 t as the time elapses. The oscillations are there, and substituting for Tc we get e raised to minus omega 0 by 2q. Here we see that Tc is equals to, on comparison, q naught, q capital Q, that means quality factor, by omega naught, that means the natural frequency of the cavity. It is q by 2 pi mu naught. So this formula is to be kept in mind. Now there are two types of line shapes. Shapes we have discussed earlier, and we see that on squaring this we get E0 squared divided by omega minus omega naught square plus omega naught by 2q squared. So this we have to obtain actually Lorentzian frequency spectrum. How to obtain this? We first plot this, and at full width at half maximum we see that at omega equal to omega naught this factor is going to be 0. Then we have E0 square by omega naught by 2q square. Its half maximum will be 1 by 2 of this thing. Now if we compare this with the Lorentzian shape, we get omega minus omega naught equal to plus minus omega naught by 2q, or twice of omega minus omega naught. That means full width is equals to omega naught by q, that means delta omega p. So this we compare here with Tc, because this also involves W naught and Q, and here we see that Q by W naught. So W naught by Q is actually 1 by Tc. We can see that W minus W naught, that means the full bandwidth is is inverse of the cavity lifetime. If we write it in terms of nu, we see that delta nu P equal to nu naught by Q. The line width of the passive mode depends inversely on the quality factor. As the quality factor increases, the sharpness increases and the full width at half maximum decreases. Let us discuss a question. Calculate the quality factor Q of a passive resonator. Passive resonator means in which we consider no active medium. Energy left in the cavity after one complete cycle of oscillations. We shall first of all derive it. You see, there are two mirrors. The beam starts from this point, it falls on mirror R2, then it gets back to its original position. The distance between the mirrors is d, that means the length of the cavity. So it has traveled this distance twice, that means 2d. Energy left in the cavity after one complete cycle of oscillations. Omega naught we consider total energy contained within the cavity at t is equals to 0. A pair of reflections from mirrors M1 and M2 is called the one complete cycle of oscillations or one round trip. Now after one complete round trip, the energy must be, as we have calculated it earlier also, W naught, that means the original energy, R1 R2, because it has reflected once from here and then from here, and when it just emerges from here we have R1 R2 e raised to minus 2 alpha 1 d, or you can say e raised to minus alpha 1 into 2d. So because alpha 1 is the attenuation, that is due to whatever reasons, or principally the diffraction. Conveniently we can write it in terms of log, natural log. This R1 R2 I can write e raised to ln R1 R2, because e raised to ln x is equal to x. So what I get, W is equals to W naught e raised to minus 2 alpha 1 d plus natural log of R1 R2 in the exponent itself. Now why we have written it in this form? So as to compare it with the earlier equation, and what we are getting, let us see. The time interval for one complete cycle, that we can easily find it, 2d by the velocity of the beam, but velocity of the beam in the cavity must be c by n naught, where c is the velocity of light in vacuum and n naught is the refractive index of refraction. So I have the complete round trip time is equals to 2 n naught d by c. Now comparing it, this equation we have already seen, and t is the lifetime, t is the uh, cavity complete round trip time. So during this time, what is the energy after this time? What is the energy at the uh, input point? Let us see. W naught e raised to minus W omega naught by q into this time 2d n naught by c. Now both of these equations must be same, 1 and 3. Why? Because here we have found it by the cavity parameters, passive cavity parameters, and here we have obtained it using the lossy cavity by the first principles. Comparing these two equations, we see that 2 alpha 1d minus ln r1 r2, here there is minus sign and here it is a plus sign, equal to omega naught by q 2 n naught d by c, and simplifying it we get the quality factor in terms of the cavity parameter 2 n naught omega naught d divided by c bracket 2 alpha 1 d minus natural log r1 r2. Now this thing we have already calculated. The full width at half maximum, that means twice of omega minus omega naught, its value is omega naught by q. So substituting for q, what we obtain, omega naught by 2 n naught w naught d by c, and this same bracket, when it goes to the numerator I get c over 2 n naught d into 2 alpha 1 d minus ln r1 r2. Now if we obtain nu in terms of nu, we just write it 2 pi nu. So I get in denominator, instead of 2 I get 4 pi. From here we obtain the cavity lifetime Tc that we have just seen. We assume K is the fractional loss per round trip in passive cavity, and we have also seen that we obtain in terms of time period T, and here we are getting it in terms of the loss parameter. We consider the loss parameter as Greek letter kappa, so I can write after one round trip time, or it is in per unit length. So W at T is equals to W naught e raised to minus K. So if I equate the value after one round trip in terms of passive cavity parameters, what I obtain, minus K equal to this thing, and K is equals to 2 alpha 1 d minus natural log r1 r2. So actually it is the loss per round trip, fractional loss per round trip in passive cavity in terms of per unit length. From here, if we compare it, we see that the quality factor we obtained was 2 omega naught n naught d by c, and the same factor, because q I am getting it q I am getting 2 n naught w naught d by c into this fractional loss. So in spite of this, I substitute k. So in terms of the fractional loss, I obtain the quality lifetime also, 2 omega naught n naught d by c 1 by k, and thus since the cavity lifetime is q quality factor by omega naught So substituting for this, I get Pc equal to 2 n naught d by ck. So it is purely in terms of n naught, the refractive index, the length of the cavity, and the fractional loss that we have from the cavity data. So that means there is no requirement of W naught, so which is difficult to obtain practically instantly. During the in the next lecture, we shall discuss the a very important condition, that is the Shavalov condition for laser oscillations and the lifetime of cavity.